Local news about local people. This is Newslink Indiana.
Hello and thanks for joining us on NewslinkIndiana.com for Tuesday, November 22nd, 2005. I'm Alyssa Ivinson. A victory for Ag Park proponents. Delaware County Commissioners voted 2-1 on the fate of 800 acres in Scheidler. The land is now rezoned for a possible soy biodiesel or ethanol plant. And as Newslink Indiana's Scott Atkins tells us, neighbors near the land say that's bad news.
This is a mockery of public input.
Opponents darted for the door. Upset, angry, livid, outraged, a few of the words Scheidler neighbors used after they heard the news.
My vote is yes.
And it really upsets me. It sickens me to know that these commissioners, other than Mr. Brook himself, have showed no interest, absolutely no interest whatsoever, to do anything for the safety and well-being of our community.
Each side had a chance to talk for 45 minutes. Commissioners patiently listened.
It was kind of agonizing going through all this.
Commissioner John Brooks said no to the rezoning because it was only 3 months from proposal to vote.
I'm not opposed to business development. I'm not opposed to ethanol plants, but I thought there were too many unknowns.
The next step would be go out and try to find some value-added businesses that would locate there, and they still have to meet all the requirements for permitting for air, water, soil, all the stuff.
If it's ultimately built, it will be the first of its kind in Indiana. And Muncie's Scott Adkins, Newslink Indiana.
Petitioners of the land will now consider offers from companies that are interested in investment opportunities. Monday's announcement by General Motors that it would spare Indiana plants was welcome news to the city of Marion. With the Grant County economy already on the rocks, many say losing the #1 employer would be devastating. The Thompson plant in Marion closed last year, and the fear of another closure brought out well-known feelings for some businesses.
We experienced some people moving. Most of them, I've still got a couple that are from there. But it's a struggle to get the rent money. And
the GM plant in Marion currently employs 1,700 people. The state's top agricultural official says he's sorry for a letter to Blackford County commissioners. Department of Agriculture Director Andrew Miller questioned county commissioners' willingness to consider new agribusiness after they rejected a proposed cattle feeding operation. Miller says he intended to start a dialogue about the need for growth in the area. Downtown Muncie could soon see new life if a proposed park and amphitheater become reality. As Newslink Indiana's Aaron Walker tells us, it's a move business owners seem to embrace.
It's little more than a drawing on a whiteboard right now, but the plan for a new downtown park in Muncie will need help from its residents.
I think initially we will get a task force together that will look at what would be the best way to study this proposition, and that would include maybe bringing in a consultant and working with community input and community forums as well.
That involvement will help determine the form of the park.
Yeah, well, again, we're not sure what the community would like us to have. And so if it is a water park and amphitheater, if it's a community gathering space, because we also have festivals that we do.
Though still in the planning stages, area business owners are already excited about the proposed addition.
Yeah, I think it will bring a lot of new business to downtown. I think it'll bring families to downtown, events obviously to downtown, more so even than what we have now.
And they like the increase already seen from current downtown events.
We see really big crowds during the summer especially, and I think it just could add more to Muncie, and we really need it.
A permanent structure, they believe, will increase business even more in the long run. In Muncie, Aaron Walker, Newslink, Indiana.
The park is still in the planning stages. Money could come from federal money from a transportation appropriation bill. For more than a year, video game fans awaited its release, a gaming system that had people lining up all night to be one of the first to own it. Newslink Indiana's Nick Greiner explains how some Lucky Ball State students got a special preview of the Xbox 360.
Gamers around the world are enjoying a brand new experience. Microsoft's Xbox 360 was released Tuesday to an international audience, but some students at Ball State University's Center for Media Design had an exclusive look.
Scott emailed me today at I was just sitting at work, it's like 10:30, he's like, hey, do you want to come try the Xbox 360? I'm thinking, cool.
The organizers of the center's research team were looking for a few initial reactions.
How do they really respond to the graphics, to the look and the feel of the device itself, to the handling of the console, and to the gameplay itself?
And what they found met most of the expectations.
I figured it was more or less going to be the same thing, just a lot prettier. And it is. I'm quite impressed with the graphics. I am a graphics geek.
And satisfied gamers.
The gameplay was great. There was no lag, no anything. I mean, the loading time, nothing.
But the cost is a little more than nothing. Xbox 360 retails for $400. A cost, it would seem, more than a few were willing to pay. In Muncie, Nick Greiner, Newslink, Indiana.
The Center for Media Design plans to publish its findings by Wednesday. And now Aaron Walker joins us with a look at our forecast. And all those die-hard Xbox fans were out in the cold all night long, but that cold certainly didn't go away today.
No, and it doesn't look like it's going to go away anytime soon. I'm not a fan of it, but looks like it's here to stay for at least the next week or so. Tonight we're going to see mostly cloudy skies, pretty windy, and you could see some flurries possible late this evening with a low of about 25 degrees, winds out of the north-northwest, about 5 to 10 miles an hour, so that at least isn't too bad. Temperature's going to remain the same across much of the region, 27 degrees in Indianapolis, only 28 in Lafayette, 29 in Chicago. Now this clear skies that we're going to be seeing is going to change pretty quickly. By 8 a.m. Wednesday morning, could see a vast amount of precipitation coming into our area. That's going to be held in place by a couple fronts, one to our north, trough of low pressure, kind of holding things into play before this cold front drives down quite quickly. And by Thursday morning, all this precipitation should be in the form of snowfall. So you're going to see a white Thanksgiving for the first time in at least the last 5 years. Now, by the time this moves out of the picture on Friday, it's going to be completely out. You might see some cloudy skies remaining. Some flurries, can't count them out. For tomorrow, 40 degrees for your high, windy, pretty cold temperatures. It's going to start off as rain and then change over to snow throughout the afternoon. Snowcast showing much of the snow staying to our north until about 7 p.m. Wednesday evening, and then as quickly as it moves in, moving out of the way. By Thursday morning, completely gone only around Fort Wayne. 7 a.m. tomorrow, 28 degrees. By noon, it's only gotten up to about 33. It's still all rain at that point, but by 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, 35 degrees, starting to cool off of that high a little bit. 5-day forecast showing, again, a very chilly Thanksgiving, 29 degrees for your high, and a good chance of snowfall. You might see about 2 inches by the time you wake up on Thursday morning. That snowfall chance continues throughout Friday and Saturday before it begins to taper off on Sunday. 40 degrees, so you see a brief warm-up by the end of the weekend. But by all means, the traveling conditions could be pretty sketchy, so you want to watch out on those roads.
Well, definitely be careful on our holiday commutes then. Okay, thank you, Aaron. The recent string of natural disasters has left some charities wondering where donations will come from. But the United Way of Delaware County isn't one of those charities. The organization announced Monday they've reached their goal of $2.5 million in donations. Other chapters in East Central Indiana haven't been as fortunate. Wayne, Jay, and Grant County are all less than halfway to their goals. Madison County has raised 55% of its goal with less than 2 months remaining in the campaign. The Delaware County group says its success is a result of a caring community.
This really speaks well about the character of our community, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
For more information on how to help the United Way, you can go to our website, newslinkindiana.com. And that is Newslink Indiana. Thanks for joining us, and you can always find local news about local people 24 hours a day right here at newslinkindiana.com.